What is going on, guys? Back with another video. So this morning I woke up and I see some interesting news, right? You know, I look at some mock drafts, anything that drop. Uh, and Jonathan Givony from Draft Express, he dropped his mock draft. And he had an interesting slide that occurred. And then more information has released to the public regarding this certain player, and that certain player is Ace Bailey. In Jonathan's mock draft, he had Ace Bailey falling to the number 6 pick to the Washington Wizards. And in the tweet, he says Ace Bailey slides to Washington at 6 in our latest mock draft due to confluence of influences, including his own refusal to work out for teams in his draft range. That's very interesting, right? As we know, last draft season, Alex Sarr was a guy. I think he didn't want to work out for the Hawks because he wanted to play for the Wizards as opposed to the Hawks, and it could be a possible situation as to where Ace Bailey may say, I look at the teams in the draft right now. Do I want to go number 3 to the 76ers? I'm not sure. The Wizards make sense. Being a young, highly touted offensive player, young star, young up-and-coming prospect, it makes sense to want to play for the Washington Wizards. And I kind of explained it in the Derek Queen video, but once again, I'll say the Washington Wizards do not have a guy. They don't have a guy. They don't have someone that is their go-to on offense. They don't have somebody who they run the offense through. There's no John Wall on this team. There's no Bradley Beal on this team. There's no one who's like, all right, this guy has the ball. This is who the ball is going to go to majority of the time. 90% of the time, this guy's going to have the ball in his hands. The Wizards is open. Is the opening to the franchise is there for the taking for a young prospect to come in and be that face. There is no face of the franchise. There is no, this is the guy on offense. You get the ball and get out of the way. You subside to him. You are on this team to fit him. There's none of that. So if you're somebody like Ace Bailey, I would want to go to the Wizards. It would make sense. Especially if I'm somebody who, in high school, I was that guy. In college, I was a highly touted guy. A lot of the offense was ran through me and Harper. And to come to the NBA is like, do I want to go to the Spurs who have Wemby, even though Dylan Harper is, most likely to go to 2, so that doesn't matter. But the 76ers who have, I got to play second fiddle or come off the bench to somebody like Joel Embiid or Tyrese Maxey, not even come off the bench, but play second fiddle or third fiddle to those players, guys who are already established stars, right? I get it. The Wizards have a lot of young talent. They got a lot of young players. And as a young player coming out of college, that is pretty interesting. According to FanDuel, I look at FanDuel a lot to gauge just what's happening in the draft, who's favored to go where. Like, for example, VJ Edgecomb's now the minus 155 favorite to go to the 76ers. It was Ace Bailey at one point. Now, for the number 6 picks, it's still Jeremiah Fears at plus 320 for the favorite to go at number 6. But now, jumping all the way to second place at plus 430 is Ace Bailey. So that's interesting. Who knows? It's potential there for him to maybe fall to 6, and if that happens, cool. I like Ace Bailey. He's not my favorite prospect. He's not my top 2 or anything. He's not my top 3, but he's my 4th. I think he's my 4th. So I would be ecstatic. I would like for it to happen. And then look. I also saw, just to bring up Derek Queen again, I also saw that if Derek Queen falls a little lower at that lower end of the lottery, the Wizards could potentially look to move up and also grab Derek Queen. I don't know. We'll see how it shakes out. I do predict the Wizards trading up on draft night, whether it's trading up from 6 to number 4 or to number 3, or trading up from 18 to 13 or 14 or something like that and trying to grab somebody that they do like. It all depends. It could be a move from 6 to 5, 6 to 4, somebody that's there that they want, that they want to move up a couple spots to get. I just have a feeling that the Wizards are going to trade up, unless somebody like Ace falls down to 6 and comes right to him. Then that's different. So, what do you guys think? I don't know if you guys looked up the reports or seen the news about Ace and him not wanting to work out for teams and his draft range and things like that. Are you guys fans of Ace Bailey? Is Ace Bailey somebody you guys are high on, or is somebody like Jeremiah Fears or Knuple? I can't pronounce the name. It's irritating me. But is that somebody you guys are more interested in? But in my opinion, if Ace Bailey's there at 6, you take Ace Bailey. There is no excuse or reason for Ace Bailey to slide past 6. That's inexcusable, especially if you're the Wizards. When somebody that talented drops to the 6 picks, especially after you had the second worst record in the league and you dropped all the way to the 6th pick in the draft. You go after a guy like Ace Bailey. So let me know how you guys feel. I just wanted to get my quick thoughts on it before I get out of here and get the day started. It's very interesting. If the board were to fall that way, I'm all for it. Let it fall in your lap, baby. So Ace Bailey mocked to the 6. Some news about him refusing to work out for some teams. I don't know if it's specifically the Wizards he wants to go to or trying to look for, but hey, the franchise is looking for a face. You could be that guy. You could be the next John Wall. You could be the next face of the franchise. So until next time, guys, let me know what you think. I'll see you guys next time.